Long ago, calling someone meant staying near a telephone because the telephone itself could not travel with you. The telephone could connect voices across distance, but its cord quietly reminded everyone, you still had to stay nearby. Engineers began imagining something extraordinary. What if a telephone could leave the desk and travel anywhere? In the 1970s, engineers demonstrated a new idea. A handheld phone could connect through a cellular network. Its controls were simple, its battery was heavy, and its screen was tiny, but the connection could travel. The idea had taken its first real step. Communication was beginning to break free from the wall. By the early 1980s, handheld cellular phones reached the commercial world, although they were still wonderfully bulky. The antenna reached upward, the battery powered the call, and a cellular network carried the voice through the city. There was only one tiny problem with this freedom. Carrying the phone could feel more like carrying a small piece of luggage. Then the phones began shrinking, becoming easier to carry while their networks continued growing around them. For the first time, carrying a mobile phone felt practical enough to fit naturally into everyday life. As cellular networks expanded, the little handheld device could stay connected across more places than ever before. Digital networks changed the story, making mobile communication clearer and opening doors to new kinds of messages. Instead of making every connection a voice call, people could now send short written messages from their pockets. Batteries could be removed and replaced, helping these small devices keep working through busy days of calls and messages. Soon, some mobile devices started combining phone calls with calendars, notes, contacts, and portable computing. The phone was becoming a little computer too, carrying schedules and information instead of only carrying conversations. Portable information was becoming normal, and the boundary between a phone and a computer was starting to blur. Text messaging exploded in popularity, turning the little phone into a pocket-sized conversation machine. Each tiny message needed only a few taps, making communication quicker, lighter, and easier to carry. Then cameras began appearing on phones, adding another new trick to the growing pocket device. Now the phone could reach the internet too, bringing information from the wider world into a much smaller space. Email and online information could now travel with the user instead of waiting for a computer at a desk. The little device was no longer just a telephone. It was becoming a portable organizer, communicator, and computer. Then came a dramatic change. A large touchscreen could replace many physical buttons and make software the main interface. Tapping and swiping made the device feel less like a keypad and more like a tiny interactive window. One small screen could now move between maps, music, messages, and many other tasks almost instantly. An app could become a game, a lesson, a map, a camera, or a tool for almost anything a user needed. Games and creative tools also moved into pockets, turning waiting time into opportunities for play and making. The same tiny camera could record moving pictures too, turning the smartphone into a pocket video studio. Software then helped cameras do more, processing images and giving ordinary snapshots increasingly polished results. A device that once mainly carried calls was now helping people create, edit, and share visual stories. As hardware improved, smartphones gained sensors that recognize, measure, locate, and protect information. Location sensors could guide journeys, while maps turned the phone into a portable navigation companion. Charging also changed, with wireless systems allowing some modern phones to receive power without a cable plugged directly into them. Wireless connections let the smartphone communicate with headphones, watches, cars, computers, and many other devices. Fast mobile connections also made live video communication possible, bringing distant people together through a screen. Calling, messaging, navigation, photography, entertainment, and work were now gathering inside one compact computer. Today's smartphone is remarkably thin, yet inside it sits a powerful computer built for communication, creativity, and connection. Its processor handles many tasks at once, turning tiny electronic circuits into remarkably fast digital work.
Faster mobile networks can move large amounts of data quickly, making streaming and connected services much smoother.
Modern camera systems can combine several lenses and software processing to capture details from many different perspectives.
Security also evolved, with modern phones using biometric systems and protected software to help keep personal information safer.
Cloud services also let information follow users between phones, computers, and other connected devices. But every smartphone eventually faces a new challenge. Batteries age, parts wear out, and devices cannot last forever. Repairing or replacing suitable parts can sometimes give a useful device more time instead of sending it away immediately.
A repaired smartphone can continue serving another person, extending the useful life of the materials already inside it.
Using a phone carefully, repairing it when practical, and keeping it longer can reduce unnecessary waste. When a phone truly reaches the end of its useful life, its materials can enter another journey through recycling.
Glass, metals, and other materials can be separated and processed, so useful resources do not simply disappear.
The smartphone may disappear as a device, but many of its materials can begin again in something completely different. This is why a smartphone's ending does not have to be a dead end. Materials can continue their own journey. And the story is not finished, because engineers are already exploring thinner, lighter, smarter, and more flexible forms.
Future devices may connect even more seamlessly, sharing computing power across screens and other nearby technology.
Smarter sensors may help future mobile computers understand their surroundings while still keeping the technology physically compact. Future computing may place more powerful processing directly inside small devices, reducing the need to send every task elsewhere. Like earlier phones became smaller and smarter, future devices may keep changing shape to fit different needs. The future may also ask technology to become more efficient, repairable, reusable, and kinder to the resources around us. A smarter future is not only about adding features, it is also about making useful technology last longer. At its best, mobile technology can help people learn, create, communicate, and explore ideas wherever they are. From a telephone tied to a wall, the smartphone grew into a tool that could carry an astonishing amount of everyday life. Every generation solved new problems, becoming smaller, faster, more capable, and increasingly connected. The journey was never one giant leap. It was thousands of smaller improvements stacked together over many years.
Its future can depend on choices too. Repair when possible, reuse when practical, and recycle responsibly when its journey ends. Even after the smartphone itself is gone, its materials can become part of another useful object. Tomorrow's device may look different, but its story will continue the same tradition, solving problems by becoming more useful. The journey from wired telephone to smartphone shows how ideas can grow when people keep asking what technology could do better. The smartphone's greatest lesson is simple. Progress matters most when innovation helps people, respects resources,